Hello, my name is Edward Fox. I am the CEO and founder of Fox Emergence. Thank you so much for your time. This is going to be very useful and valuable for you and your marketing team. All right, I want to step into my experience. I founded Fox Emergence about 4 years ago now in 2017. I am a digital marketing and advertising expert, and me and my agency have served over 50 clients in multiple industries over the past 4 years. So now one thing I want to talk about right now is the three M's of marketing. So there's the market, who your firm is targeting. This can be based on location, practice areas, profit margin, based on which type of cases you take on. There are multiple things we can use to choose your target market. Then there's the message. What is your firm saying to your market? And then there's the media. The media is the platforms and people your firm uses to reach your target market. Our agency offers digital advertising services to empower your firm's media. So there are three types of media. There's owned media, which is your firm's email list, Facebook Messenger subscribers, text message list, past clients, and more. Then there's paid media. It's advertising. And there's earned media. Collaborations with news stations, magazines, industry influencers, blogs, reviews, etc. Even a testimonial from a client is earned media. Then we have this diagram of what more paid media is. Paid media, earned media, and owned media. So paid media includes pay-per-click, display ads, retargeting advertisements, paying influencers. There's paid content promotion, social media ads. Then with owned media, we have your website, mobile website, your blogs, and your social media channels. Then with earned media, we have mentions, shares, reposts, reviews. That's your testimonials and things like that. We're going to spend a good bit of our time talking about media and how you can increase the amount of people that you're able to reach with your paid media. And then reaching more people with your paid media, the main goal is to get them into your earned media and your owned media. So now creating content for your media. Owned media. Record videos of yourself answering the most asked questions on Google for each of your firm's practice areas. These videos can be transcribed to create blog posts, which are good for SEO, articles for LinkedIn, captions for social media posts, emails, and ebooks for lead magnets. We're going to talk more about lead magnets later on. The audio from these videos can also be used for your new podcast. So creating content for paid media, we're going to talk a bit more about that later. And earned media, we have interviews, collaboration with industry influencers, news appearances, and more. So now, why advertise? Personal injury attorneys have their individual reasons for advertising. We believe the major reason for advertising is to increase brand recognition and serve more clients. If you want to increase brand recognition and serve more clients, this is a presentation for you. So we're going to look at traditional advertising versus digital advertising. This is mainly, this is a dilemma that many business owners have had over the past 10 or more years. And I want to simplify this for you and your team. I want you to use both traditional advertising and digital advertising. We have multiple reasons for this ideology, and basically you want to reach your target market no matter where they are. You want to be present on traditional advertising and digital advertising, even though digital advertising is outpacing traditional advertising as the years go on. So there's traditional advertising, which includes TV, radio, newspaper, direct mail letters, billboards, magazines, phone book, and outdoor advertising. This is the norm. This is, like I said before, traditional advertising. These things are losing their effectiveness over time because people are spending more and more of their time on their cell phones, on the internet, on search engines and social media. I will show you more statistics on that, but I do want you to know that this can still have some effectiveness. I don't want you to turn away from it just yet. I want you to use this in tandem with digital advertising. So these are the pros of traditional advertising. You can raise brand awareness and you can reach a lot of people. Now, the cons of traditional advertising are your results cannot be tracked. Example, you don't know if someone saw your billboard, then purchased from you or became a client. Then there are higher prices than digital for something that you cannot track the effectiveness of it. So that's a major caveat right there. It's a major con. So now we have digital advertising. We have Facebook, Instagram, Hulu, YouTube, and over the top for TV ad alternatives, because our phones are the new TV. Trust me on this one. Then we have Google, Bing, and Yahoo, which are search engines, for phone book ads alternatives. And Spotify and Pandora for radio ads alternatives. Display ads on websites. This is like reading the newspaper. These are blogs and other online advertising platforms. We also have location-based targeting on mobile devices, which is what we call geo-targeting. So now retargeting. One of the benefits of digital advertising is retargeting advertising. Retargeting is showing your advertisements to visitors that have already visited your website or your new sales funnel or your lead gen funnel. Now, the visitors of your new sales funnel or website will be more likely to become a customer or client after seeing your advertisements on social media platforms and other websites they visit. That's the main thing about retargeting. You get to follow people around on the internet. So again, retargeting gives the effect that your business is following them around, and this will increase conversion rate and return on ad spend. So now, I'm going to look at a lot of people's major competitor, Morgan & Morgan. One of my clients actually told me during a consultation that Morgan & Morgan is like the Nike of advertising for personal injury attorneys. So this is what's called the Facebook Ads Library. I'm going to show you a bit more of this during this presentation. So the pros of digital advertising: attribution. Your results can be tracked 24/7. You can see the CPM, which is the cost per thousand impressions, the cost per click, the return on ad spend, and then lifetime customer value. Now, this one may not be super relevant because you'll be tracking this in your CRM. The LTV, you'll be tracking that in your CRM. You can also see the amount of impressions that we've had. Then we get to target potential customers anywhere and at any time. And we get to follow people around the internet with retargeting. So that's pretty cool. So now we can have a campaign for each practice area. We, my agency, will create campaigns for each practice area, including your outline targeting on the matching advertising platforms. So this could mean that if you're using we're using a practice area, we're going to be targeting based on that practice area. If your practice area is, let's say, a certain side of town, let's say there's a busy intersection where most of the car accidents in your city are had in that intersection, we can use geo-targeting to show people your advertisements online. And it's very similar, but even better than having your billboard in that same area. So with retargeting, we can show them your advertisements 10 or more times a week. It's almost limitless what we can do with digital advertising. So now, I want to show you some statistics. Global social media use is on the rise. 50% of the global population is using social media. That's 3.8 billion people, and it's going up every day. 90% of Americans between the ages of 18 to 29 use social media. 90%, that's huge. 99% of users in 2019 access social media on mobile. Again, the mobile phones. These smartphones in our pockets. This is the new TV. This is how we connect to people each and every day. You need to be connecting with your future clients on mobile. The daily time spent on social media in the US is 2 hours and 3 minutes. It's over 2 hours a day that people are glued to their phones. So businesses invested over $36.14 billion in advertising on social media platforms in 2019. Advertising spend on social media platforms is expected to grow over 20% in 2020 to more than $43 billion. So digital advertising spend has surpassed traditional advertising spend. So global internet use is on the rise every day. Adults in the US spend more than 6 hours a day on digital, which is 3 hours more than TV. And this is why I would say I want you to use traditional advertising in conjunction with digital advertising. So now 100% of US adults aged 18 to 29 use the internet. 97% of adults aged 30 to 49 use the internet. 88% of US adults aged 50 to 64 use the internet. American adults spend half of their online time with two content categories: entertainment and search engines slash social networking. So that's the Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, Pinterest. It's a lot, but I want you to be there. So one of the questions I got asked in one of my most recent meetings was how much to show X people my ads. Now this is determined by the advertising platform, CPM, targeting, and more. So let me show you this. This is from webfx.com. So this is Facebook, yeah. I'm going to show you the different advertising costs for these social media. What I'm looking for is on this page. Oh. Okay, we're here. So now we're going to look at social media advertising costs. We're going to look at the platform and the average cost per CPM. So, cost per thousand impressions. So for Facebook, the average cost per thousand impressions is going to be $7.19. It's going to be nearly the same for Instagram at $7.91. Then YouTube is going to be $9.68 per 1,000 impressions. For LinkedIn, it's going to be $6.59 per 1,000 impressions. With Twitter, it's going to be $6.46 per 1,000 impressions. With Pinterest, it's going to be $30 per 1,000 impressions. So let's do this. So let's say your monthly budget is $50,000 for advertising. And this is just digital advertising. So let's do 50,000 divided by, let's do 719. So this means, okay. So I want to show you how many impressions we can get for $50,000 on Facebook. Okay. So over 695,000 impressions for $50,000. Or is it 6? I think it's 6 million. Yeah. So almost 7 million impressions for $50,000 on Facebook. So I got this number by going to $7.19 divided by 50,000. You saw that math. Then we got this. Okay, so let's do that again. 50,000 divided by 719 equals, let's do this times 10. Oh, yeah, times 10. Oh yeah, excuse me. It's supposed to be times 1,000. So with $50,000, you can get 6,954,103 impressions on Facebook with $50,000. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so $50,000 can do a lot with Facebook advertising. And again, excuse me for my math. I definitely have to work on my math. So it's times 1,000. So again, let's do the math again. $50,000 ad budget. I'm going to do divided by 7.19, which is how much it costs per 1,000 impressions on Facebook. It's very close to Instagram, less than LinkedIn. So $50,000 divided by $7.19 per impression. Let's do this. Boom. Times the 1,000 impressions per CPM. So now we're getting 6,954,103 impressions for $50,000. That's a lot. Okay. That's because I got the question, how much to show a certain amount of people my advertisements. So now the conclusion is your firm needs to be advertising on digital platforms and traditional platforms. Adults in the U.S. spend more than 6 hours a day consuming media online, and 2 of those hours are spent on social media. Digital platforms are the perfect place for your firm to advertise. So now the next step is, if you like this presentation and would like to know more about the application process to become a client of Fox Emergence, contact me, Edward Fox, at foxemergence@outlook.com. Thank you so much. I look forward to serving you. Thank you so much. Have a blessed rest of your day. I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.